The way our guys started the second half, I think defensively was a big factor in the game, and we had a slow start. It's going to be a challenge for us early on in the season. With the short off season and the nature of the short preseason, the condensed preseason. Hopefully we're 4-0, but we certainly have a long way to go in terms of playing at the level that we want to play at, especially on the defensive end. We're making shots to stay in the game, but we got a lot of work to do.
Anthony Davis was so smooth from a shooting standpoint in the bubble, especially as it got forward into the finals, especially Frank. 6 threes tonight. What have you seen progression-wise from him shooting, and what does that do generally for the offense?
Well, it carries a heavy load, takes a lot of pressure off of everyone else when the ball's going in the way it was for Anthony. And, we want him to continue to, be aggressive at the three-point line. I thought he improved each month throughout the year. Last year was big in the playoffs from range, from deep. And obviously a great start tonight.
Any general takeaways from preseason, Frank, including the practices and the 4 games?
It's really just guys getting used to each other. Coaches learning players learning the scheme. I think it was a successful preseason from that standpoint. And, our guys trying to pick up what we're asking them to do and learning each other on the floor.
Dave?
Frank, for a team that you've tried to hold the identity around defense, to give up 39 points, I believe, in the first quarter, what's that like? And I guess in terms of trying to make sure you're where you want to be come Tuesday, and then is your offense ahead of your defense right now?
Yeah, I would say our offense is probably ahead of our defense, but we've had spurts. We've had spurts of really good defense, being very active, connected, tied together, and then we've had spurts where we're step slow. And I thought the way we started both of the last 2 games, we were a step slow on some things, and that's just something we got to continue to work on.
Dan?
Frank, Anthony's aggressiveness in that third quarter, obviously, in just his second game. He's talked about wanting to take his game to another level as a personal goal. Have you seen even more out of him? I mean, obviously he's an amazing player already, but is there still more even there?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, he played at a pretty damn high level last year. But he's a guy that is never satisfied. Wants to continue to get better. Continues to work on getting better and growing his game. And I think a second year in a system with a core, what we established last year should benefit him. But he's always going to want to continue to improve his game.
Kyle?
Hey, Frank. So both these games in Phoenix, you guys started out slow, like you talked about, but then, have pretty good runs on both ends. Another team that leaps to mind, lest anything blasphemy, is the Warriors that were able to kind of become quite well known for doing these runs, especially in the second half. Given what you've seen in the last couple of weeks, the people you have, do you see potential to be that kind of team and have those kind of runs down the road?
Yeah, well, hopefully we won't put ourselves in those types of positions. I think Golden State did it differently than the way we do things. But for our ability, our team's ability last year to sort of figure out an opponent, figure out a game, was special and unique. And I think you saw that in the last 2 games. Just throughout the game, identifying areas that we're being hurt on, and ways that we got to be better in attacking their defense with our offense. So I think you saw that in the last 2 games, and hopefully this team has that attribute the way last year's team did.
Okay, last 2 questions. Brad Turner?
Hi, Frank. You guys have 3 days before you play your opener. What do you hope to get accomplished in that period of time?
Well, we'll see. I'm going to huddle up with my coaches. We'll be off tomorrow. Probably have a conditioning-based practice on Sunday where we get up and down. I still don't think our guys' legs are where anyone wants them to be. And we'll decelerate on, I guess, Monday and get ready to go for Tuesday night. But, we'll just continue to work on all the habits of our system and continue to implement things and tighten the screws on things that we have in.
Last question, Bill Warren.
Hey, Frank. Kyle talked after the last game about taking advantage of even the limited off-season and working on things with his game. AD looked really aggressive and really speedy tonight. Just kind of across the board, how do you feel like your guys used the off-season, the 2 months or 6 weeks that they had, and now you work through the preseason, do you feel like they used that time smartly?
Well, it's an unprecedented type of off-season. Where you not only have the shortest off-season, but you're coming out of an environment where you were in a bubble for 3 months, 3.5 months. So, you have to mentally get past that first, and then you have to start thinking about, how to get your body and your mind ready for the next season. So, it's not an off-season where you're coming into the off-season saying, I want to add certain things to my game. It's really about trying to refresh your mind, keeping your body shape, maintaining your skill set, and then coming back and get to work. And I think our guys, I think that means something different to every guy on the team. You know what I mean? Some guys it means really get away as much as possible. Some guys it means get away for a little bit and then get back in the gym. And I think we've tried to give everybody sort of an individual plan of what works best for them. And we're all just trying to make the best of it. We're going to have some ugly moments early in the season as a result of it, and that's just the nature of what we're going through. Nobody's complaining about it. Nobody's feeling sorry for us. We're not feeling sorry for ourselves, and we'll be ready to go and make the best of the early part of this season.